Welcome to the online lecture series. So this lecture is part of the earlier lectures which has already been delivered by Mr. Kipgan. So I hope you had a clear ideas about it. I'm just going to talk about some of these, questions and the concept which he has already talked about. But I have more of a questions of multiple choice questions, so that the exercise will be more easier for you to understand the course. So this course is about understanding the debates, that lie in the deeper relationship between ecologies and human society. That is how the human society shapes the ecology, how the human cultures deals with the natures and their processes, and how it creates the meanings out of that interactions. So today I'm just going to present before you some of the multiple choice questions from the earlier lectures. I'll be talking only about introductions today, and hope it will help you guys to understand the course in much easier way. As Dr. Kipgan has already talked about the details of the course, and this lecture is all about understanding the dynamic relationship between human culture, their ecological surroundings, their cultural processes, and their organizational behavior. So what I am going to do here today is that I have a couple of multiple choice questions which I will present before you, and after presenting the questions I will give you the answer as well, but the answers is not marking the question itself. So answer I will provide you separately. So on the first part of it, I am focusing on the concept of ecology. What is ecology, what is environment, what is natures, and all those things. And in the later part of the course I will be talking more of the shift in environmental discourse, especially after 1960s, and the emerging debates of sustainable development. So let us begin by looking at some of the basic questions about environments, natures, and ecology. So here are some of the multiple choice questions which I will present before you. So the first question goes like this: the relationship of living organisms to one another and to their physical environment is known as. Let me repeat the questions. The relationship of living organism to one another and to their physical environment is known as. So there are four options for these questions. The option number 1, environment, nature, society, and ecology. So what would be the right answer for it? What would be the correct answer? So the correct answer for this is ecology. So ecology is that kind of systems where relations of living organisms to one another and their physical environment is intimately maintained and controlled. While environment is different, environment is more of a surrounding, nature is more of where you live, and society is more of the human interactions. So in this case, the answer for the first questions is ecology. So let me go to the second question now. The second question goes like this: the surrounding or the context within which humans, animals, plants, and other exists is referred to as. Okay, let me repeat the questions. The surroundings or the context within which humans, animals, plants, and other exists is referred to as. So think about it. What is it? It's more of a surrounding, it's more of a context within which humans, species, animals, plant species, and other exist together. So there are four options for these questions again. So the first one is nature, the second one is society, third one is environment, and fourth one is ecology. So what would be the correct answer for these questions? Is it nature, that is known as surrounding, or the context within which humans, animals, and plants coexist? Or is it society? It might be society also. Or is it ecology, or is it environment? So the correct answer for this is environment, because as I told you earlier, environment is the surroundings, or the context within which humans, animals, plants, and other organisms coexist together with each others. So the first one was ecology, where the relationship of living organism to one another was determined, and the physical environment is maintained. And the second one is environment. Environment is more of a surrounding, the context within which the humans, animals, plants and other coexist. The third question goes like this: the physical world around us, which is currently seen as fragile and threatened by human technology and development, and not having the quality of living organism, is popularly known as. So this question is quite problematic, and it's quite easy as well. So what I would like to do is I would like to repeat the questions once more before you, so that you can get the sense of the questions. The question goes like this: the physical world around us, which is currently seen as fragile and threatened by human technology and development, and not having the qualities of living organism, is popularly known as. So there are three options for these questions. One is animate, another is inanimate, and third one is industrial city. So what would be the answer for these questions? Is it animate, or is it inanimate, or is it industrial city? Industrial city is a city where human technologies and industries are rampant, and where human is dominated by the technology. So here the question says the physical world around us, which is currently seen as fragile and threatened by human technology and development, and not having the qualities of living organisms, is popularly known as. So I think there are three answers for these questions. So the correct one, let me tell you the correct one. The correct one is about inanimates. That is non-living object, because here they are talking more of a non-living object. We are not talking about the living object, we are talking about the non-living object, whereas animate is more of a living object. So industrial city is more of a industries, but we are talking about the physical world around us, which is completely under threat by human technologies and development, and which doesn't have the qualities of living organism. That is, the living organism is inanimate. So here the answer is inanimate. So this is the third questions. I hope you guys are following it. So let me move on to next questions. So this question goes like this: what kind of system maintain the functioning of ecological community together as a unit within its environment? So this is very interesting questions. So here the question is talking more of a system, which maintain the functioning of ecological communities, like living community, species, plant, animals, even the humans, together as a unit within its environment. So earlier I have talked about what is environment and what is ecology. So here I am asking about this kind of system, which maintains the functioning of this ecological community together as one unit. So within its particular environment or surrounding or context. So there are three options for these questions. So option 1 is natural system, options 2 is biological system, and option 3 is ecological system. I hope you guys are getting the correct answers sense by now. So the natural systems, biological system and ecological systems are three different systems. Natural systems manage the natural things, whereas biological system is more of a determining the human biology or any living's biology. So on the other hand, the ecological systems is more of a systems which determine the ecology and environment. So the correct answers for these questions would be ecological system. Yes. So ecological system, that means the ecological system is a system which maintain the functioning of their living organism, that is ecological community, together as one unit within its certain particular environment. So till now I have discussed about some of the important issues. Let me revise it. First one, I have talked about ecology. What is ecology? So ecology is more of a relationship of living organisms to one another and to their physical environments. And the second, what I had talked about is about environment, you know, where I have told you that environment is more of a surrounding or the context, you know, within which humans, plants and animal other coexist together. So first one is ecology, second one is environments, and the third one is I talked about the inanimate world or inanimate object, that is the non-living object. And the fourth one I talked about the ecological system. So this system is a ecological system, actually is a relationship between the environment and ecology. As I have talked about in first question, what is ecology, that is the relationship of living organisms, and the second question is I have talked about environment, that is the surrounding. So together they constitute the ecological system, where various living organisms coexist to one another as one particular unit within one particular environment or context. Okay, so let me move to another questions. So this, you know, like the next questions talked more about the approaches to understand ecology, you know, that is the theoretical frameworks for ecology. So here there are four types of, you know, four ways of looking at ecology, that is biotic component, abiotic component, producers, consumers and decomposers as well, but I haven't included decomposers right now. So this theoretical frameworks help us to understand how ecological system functions and depend on one another. So the first questions in this sections is like, you know, non-living chemicals and physical parts of the environment that affect living organisms and the functioning of ecosystem is known as. So I'll repeat the question again. Non-living chemicals, okay, it's a non-living chemicals and physical parts of the environment that affects living organisms, non-living objects but affecting living organisms, and the functioning of ecosystem is known as. So there are four options for this questions. One is biotic components, two is abiotic components, three is producers, and four is consumers. So what would be the correct answer for this? So just think in a very, you know, like logical way, that is a non-living object, that is non-living chemicals or and physical parts, you know, of the environment, that is which doesn't have life but it affects the living organisms or life of the ecosystem. What is it about? So the correct answer for this would be abiotic components, because abiotic components is more of a, you know, non-living objects. It deals more with the non-living or physical part of the environment, whereas biotic is more of a living object, you know, like living organisms in the ecosystem. So I hope you get the sense of these questions, that is the physical part of the environment or non-living part of the environment affecting the living organism is known as abiotic components. So let me move to, I think I'm going quite fast, so let me move to another question even though. So the next next questions in this sections is about, it goes like this: plants and bacteria, that is living organisms that makes their own food and do not obtain energy for other organisms is known as. So this is very critical. This is a components of ecosystem, you know, theoretical frameworks for ecology. So previous questions I talked about the non-living chemicals or object of the environment, but now I'm talking about the plants and bacteria, that is the living organisms, you know, that makes their own food and who do not depend on other for their energy, who do not depend on other organisms for their energies or for their food. So what is this known as? That there are three components. I mean, there are three options for these questions: consumers, producers and decomposers. So you have to know what is the functions and of each of these components in the ecosystem. So what does consumers do, what does producers do, and what does decomposer do? If you know this very clearly, you will easily find out the correct answer for these questions. So okay, but even then let me tell you the correct answers. So the correct answer for this is producers. You know, producers in the ecosystem is that components that make their own food, you know, and they do not depend on other organisms for their energy or for their food. That is why they are called as producers. Producers are those who produce. So here plants and bacteria, that is the living organisms that makes their own food and do not obtain energy from other organisms, is known as producers. Earlier I talked about abiotic, but producers is more of a biotic components, that is plants and bacteria, that is the living organisms. Anyways, keep in mind that the producers produce their own food in ecosystem and does not depend on other organisms for their food. So I hope you get this sense of this question. So let me move to another questions quickly. So another question goes like this: which organisms in ecosystem utilize organic material manufactured by producers? The question is very simple, because in earlier questions, previous questions, I have talked about producers. They produce their own food and does not depend on other for their living or for their energy. But this question follows the continuations of this questions, of that questions, like name the organisms in ecosystem which utilize organic materials already manufactured by producers. That is, it depends on producers, and there are three options for these questions. One is producers, consumers, and decomposers. So producers will not be the answers, as you know. So the answer, so the options became more easier, that there is only two options: consumers and decomposers. So just think about it in a logical way, like producers produce their own food. So who will utilize that organic materials produced by producers? Similarly, in market system, producer produce the product, and who will buy that product? Customer, right? So here in ecosystem, the answer will be consumers. That is, those who consume, they are known as consumers. So I'm saying that consumers, consumers organisms in ecosystem utilize the organic products or organic materials that is manufactured by producers in the process, of ecosystem. So you have got the sense of producers and consumers. So the next questions, the answers for the next question, I hope you already got it. It's about decomposers. I have already given you the answers, but you have to know what decomposers is about and what decomposers do and how it contribute to the functionings of the ecosystem. So let me go to the another questions. So this question goes like this: how does decomposers or bacteria and fungi in ecosystem contribute to the functioning of the system, that is the ecosystem? So I told you that producers produce food, consumers obtain food from the producers, but what does decomposers do? Decomposers are mostly of fungi and bacteria. So how does they help to the functioning of the ecosystem? How does they contribute to the functioning of this ecosystem? So there are three options for this questions. So let me read out the option for you. The first options: they break down dead plants and animals in the ecosystem. They also break down the waste pups of other organisms and helps the plant to get essential nutrients. They break down dead plants and animals, They also break down the waste of other organisms and helps the plants to get essential nutrients in the ecosystem. So this is option number one. And the option number two is like, they help in bringing producers to make their own food by providing them light and energy. They help in bringing producers to make their own food by providing them lights and energy. They help, the third options, they help consumers to obtain food, produce food through producers. The questions are slightly interrelated, but you have to know what actually is the functionings of the decomposers in ecosystem. So, if I have to talk about decomposers, I'll talk more of bacteria and fungi, how it contribute to the functioning of the ecosystem. But since I don't have that much time to deal with bacteria and fungi, as Dr. Kipgan has already talked about in his lectures, so this is just a objective multiple choice question, but I hope it will clear your concept. So think about it. What does decomposers do in ecosystem? So let me go back to previous questions to make you understand more clearly. So see, consumers, that is consumers is a living organism, that is plant and bacteria that makes their own food and do not obtain energy from other organisms. So that is the consumers, right? Consumers, they produce the food, right? So what do producers do? Producers utilize the organic materials manufactured by producers in the ecosystem. So simply consumers, consumers, producer produce the food, consumers utilize organic materials. So what does the decomposers do? Let me give you the correct answer for this. You know, the decomposers in the ecosystem actually break down dead plants and animals. So first one is the answers. Decomposers actually helps in breaking down dead plants and animals. That's why they are called as bacteria and fungi, right? They also break down the waste product of the other organisms and helps the plants to get essential nutrients in the ecosystem. So this like abiotic, producer, consumer, decomposers, these are the broad theoretical frameworks to understand the ecology or ecosystem. That is how ecosystem functions and maintain the systematic structures, and how each of the organisms have their own respective functions to play, where each of the organisms contribute to the functioning of the ecosystem, larger ecosystem, through either by producing or consuming or by decomposing. So I hope you got getting the clear sense of the lectures, the questions. So let me quickly move to another question now. The questions goes like this: the relative balance of nutrient cycle, energy flows, and species and compositions in ecosystem is commonly known as. I have already talked about what is ecosystem, what is the components of ecosystem. Now this question is more of the conceptuals of the ecosystem, that is the relative balance of nutrient cycle, that is producer, consumer, decomposers, they have to be in relative balance. That is the relative balance of nutrient cycles, energy flows, and species and composition in ecosystem is commonly known as. So there are 4 options for these questions. First one is ecological conservations. Are we talking about the conservations? That conservations would help to the relative balance in the ecosystem. Second one is ecosystem homeostasis. So are we talking about ecological homeostasis? Third one is ecological imbalance, or are we talking about the imbalance of the ecosystem? That is how ecological got imbalance, or none of the above. So the answer, the answer for this question is like let me repeat the question: the relative balance of nutrient cycles, energy flows, and species and compositions in ecosystem is commonly known as. The correct answer for this would be ecosystem homeostasis. Okay, so let me just summarize from the beginning. The first four or 5 questions talked about the basic concept of ecology, and the rest talked about the theoretical frameworks for understanding ecology. So now I would like to move more on the changing discourse on environments. That is how there was a shift in the discourse of understanding environments and environmentalism across the globe. So what are the factors that contributes to the emergence of the new environmentalism? So what are the factors that contributes to the awareness of the new environmental and social problems? Or what are the factors that contributes to the debates of global sustainability, which we are still debating on? So I will just talk about the basic concept about what is new environmentalism and all sort of things, but you have to understand the connections, that is the shift in the discourse. Anyways, let me goes back to the questions. So the questions for this section is like, which period is known as the new environmentalism in the discourse of environmental study? That is 1950s, 1960s, 1970s, and 1980s. So which of these following decades, let me put it as a decade, which of the following decades is considered as the birth of new environmentalism in the discourse of environmental study? So there are 4 options: 50s, 60s, 70 and 80. So I think the correct answer for this would be 1960. Yeah, of course, it's a 1960. 1960 is the decade where the concept of new environmentalism emerged across globe, and that changed the understanding of the entire environmental discourse. That is, it's bring a new discourse from the earlier discourse of understanding ecology or environments, or like any kind of social, ecological, natural problems. So let me move to another question now. So what is new environmentalism then? How does one understand new environmentalism questions? So there are 4 options for these questions. The option number 1, preservation of wilderness and conservation of resources. Thus, new environmentalism means preservation of wilderness and conservation of our resources. Option number 2, building of legislatures and regulation concerning the consumption of nature. Are we talking about building of new legislatures and new regulation concerning the consumption of nature? Or answer number 3, an awareness of the ties between environmental and social problems, direct relationship between environmental problems and human security, and the critics of government and society. So which one would be the correct answer for these questions? So what does new environmentalism means? For me, this answers, it's quite interrelated. I cannot say completely that this is the correct answer or this one is the correct answer, but still then there is a differences in the options. So first one is about preservation of wilderness and conservation of resources. That is, we have to preserve our resources for future use, or we have to do proper conservation of our resources. So second one is about building legislatures and new legislations and new regulation concerning the consumptions of nature. That is, it's talking only of nature. But third one is about the awareness of the ties between environment and social problems, direct relationship between environmental problems and human security, and the critics of government and society. So the correct answer for this would be C, the option number C. That means the new environmentalism means that it's a discourse, which emerged in 1960s and which creates awareness of the ties between environmental and social problem. That is, it's try to say that environmental problem is not an independent problem. It has a close connections and ties with the social problems. It's more of a human problem. It's more of a social problems. So environment doesn't function in its own independent. It has intimate, close connections with social problems. It has direct relationship with human security, and this new environmentalism is also about critics, critiquing the government and society. That is, the government is not able to preserve and understand the environmental question in a much deeper way, and the societies are not able to preserve their natures in a much deeper way. So this new environmentalism is more of an awareness, that awareness that explain the ties between environmental as well as social problems. That is how both are related. So this is the questions of environmentalism, new environmentalism that emerged in 1960s. So let me move to another question now. So this question says like this: name the book that brought to public attention the dangers of environmental problems to public health, such as the use of DDT, and sparked the beginning of modern environmentalism. So the question is saying that there is one particular book, which brought to our public attention the dangers of environmental problems and which shapes the debate of new environmentalism. So which is that book? So option number 1, Rachel Carson's Silent Spring. Is it the book? Is it that book which shaped the beginning of modern environmentalism? and option number 2, Charles H. E's Environmental Impact Assessment or Guide to Best Professional Practice, and option number 3, Ramachandra Guha, the Unquote Hoods. So which one is the correct answers for these questions? So which books shaped the beginning of the modern environmentalism in 1960s? So let me give you the answer for this. The answer for this question is Rachel Carson's Silent Spring. So this Rachel Carson's Silent Springs, it's the books that brought to our public attention in 1960s the dangers of environmental problems and environmental pollutions to public health. That is how environmentally created pollution is affecting our human health. That is, and how such as the use of DDT and like how the use of DDT is creating the pollutions, and how the growing industrializations and growing mechanizations of the human world is contributing to the growing pollutions of the pollutions of the environment, and how it is affecting the human health. And these are the questions which he tried to bring up in this book, and this shaped the beginning of the new environmentalism debate. So this book's Rachel Carson's Silent Springs is one of the important and seminal books and the studies of the new environmentalism. Okay, so let me go to another questions quickly. So this questions goes like this: which among the following is the law that determine the Mississippi River, that determine how the Mississippi River is managed? So before going to this question, let me tell you that the 1960s new environmentalism created a new awareness in the perceptions of the peoples towards their society, towards their environment, and that's brought a new kind of discourses in the entire globe regarding the use of the environment, the natures, the resources and other. So the government become more conscious, the society become more critics to the government, the peoples become more critical to the government regarding the use of the resources, regarding the management of the resources. So the government on the other sides was trying to bring the new regulations and new act to deal with the society. That's how after 1960 the discourse of the environmental changed completely. So we have to like understand how this Mississippi Rivers Management Act, Greenpeace Act and all these things came up after 1970s. So anyways, the question is like this: which among the following is the law that determines how the Mississippi River is managed? Answer question and options for this questions is number 1, Greenpeace 1971, UN Conference on Human Development 1972, the Federal Water Pollution Act FWFC 1972, Environmental Management and Coordinations Act 1999. So think about it, which among the following is the law that determine how Mississippi River should be managed or have to be managed or is managed. Anyway, so out of these 4 options, the correct one is option number C, that is Federal Water Pollution Control Act, passed in 1972. This act determined how the Mississippi rivers should be managed, and it's a new discourse to the environmental study. So with this, let me move to another questions. So this is also more related with the Mississippi River Management Act. So in which year the Mississippi River Management Act was passed to manage Mississippi River? So options, there are 4 options for these questions. The first one is 1966, second one is 1976, third one is 1986, and the fourth one is 1996. So think about this question. So when did this upper UMRMA Act was passed to manage Mississippi River? Is it 66, 76, 86 or 96? The correct answer for this is 1986. That is, in 1986 the Upper Mississippi River Management Act UMRMA was passed to manage the Mississippi rivers. Okay, so let me go back to another questions quickly. So when did the National Environmental Policy Act (NEPA) was passed? So why I am talking more of this act, policies and other is because it's to make you understand how the new regulations and new discourse has come up in the environmentalism studies after new environmentalisms of 1960s. So when did this National Environmental Policy Act (NEPA) was passed? 1967, 1968, 1969, 1970. Okay, let me explain you briefly about what is this act about. The purpose of this act are to declare a national policy which will encourage productive and enjoyable harmony between man and his environment, to promote effort which will prevent the element damage to the environment and biosphere, and stimulates the health and welfare of man, to enrich the understanding of the ecological system and natural resources importantly to the nation, and to establish a council on environmental policy. It's more of a national act, like where national policy will be encouraged, and where encouraged and where harmonical relationship between man and his environment will be encouraged. So this kind of understanding will be discussed more in the course on cultural ecology, which we will come up in next lecture series or in next sessions, where we will talk more about how cultures and ecology are interrelated and how it produces the meaning out of it. What is traditional knowledge? What is indigenous knowledge? What are the ways of dealing with the land and questions? So when did the National Environmental Policy Act (NEPA) was passed? So there are four options for these questions. One is 1967, one is 1968, 1969 and 1970. The correct answer for this would be about 1969. In 1969, the National Environmental Policy Act was passed. Okay, now let me move to another questions. So in which year did the first Earth Day was celebrated? As you know, everyone, what is Earth Day and why it is celebrated. So the option is 69, 1970, 1971, 1972. So in which year did the first Earth Day was celebrated? Because the Earth Day came up as an awareness of the importance of this earth, environments, natures and living organism in this earth. So we have to celebrate our Earth Day. So which year the Earth Day was first celebrated? So the answer for these questions would be 1970, like where the first Earth Day was celebrated. Anyways, let me move to another question quickly. When and where did the UN conferences on human development took place? So when and where did the UN conference on human development took place? So there are four options: 71 Geneva, 72 Stockholm, 73 New Delhi, 74 Rio de Janeiro. So what would be the correct answer for these questions? So I think the first UN conference on human development took place in 1972 Stockholm. So with this, let me go back to another questions. So what is the main objectives of polluter pay principle OECD 1971? So what is the main objectives of polluters pays principles OECD 1971 Act? I think Gideon has talked about this all this concept. There are four options for these questions. One is to make the party responsible for producing pollutions, responsible for paying damages done to the natural environment. To create number two, to create awareness globally about deforestations. Number three, to establish international laws to check water system. Number four, none of the above. So it's very simple, like the options itself give you the answers. None of the above cannot be the answers in this case. To establish international law to check water system. So it's a polluter pays principles. It should not be on the water system. To create awareness globally about deforestation. Of course, it's not about deforestation. Then the answer would be the option number A. That is the objectives of polluter pays principle or OECD 1971 is to make the party responsible for producing pollutions, responsible for paying damages done to the natural environment. Okay, I have now few questions left, so let me quickly go and finish it off. So then I will move to next questions. So this one is about, like, is a match the correct, select the correct match out of the three. So one talked about disasters and one talked about years. So in which year which disaster happened? Omoko Cadiz oil spills the coast of Brittany. Is it in 1977? Number 2, 3 Miles Island nuclear accident in Pennsylvania. Is it about 1979? Or Bhopal gas tragedy in India in 1983? So what would be the what would be the correct answer for these questions? So let me give you the correct answer for this question. The correct answer for this question is 1979, 3 Miles Island nuclear incidents in Pennsylvania. Like this 3 Miles Island nuclear incidents was the most significant incident in nuclear commercial power plant history. So it's happened in the year 1979. And another, let me give you the year for another match as well. The Bhopal gas tragedies in India happened in 1984. Amoco Cadiz oil spill, the coast of Britannica, happens in 1978. So let's move to another questions. When did ozone hole discovered for the first time, and in which year the ozone hole discovered for the first time in the history of environmentalism? I'm talking more of new environmentalism shift, how this act came out, how this dangers of climate change, ozone hole was discovered, and what are the impact of ozone holes and all these things. But I'm just going to talk about when did it discovered for the first time. When did the ozone hole discovered for the first time? 1984, 1985, 86 and 87. Okay, let me explain you briefly what is ozone hole depletions. Like this ozone hole is a layer that resides in the stratosphere and surround the entire earth. There is a region in the ozones that is marked by thin layering of the ozone hole in high altitude, especially cheaply in winter, attributed to the chemical reactions of CFCs, chlorofluorocarbons and other atmospheric pollutants. That is, it is caused because of the resulting increase in ultraviolet lights at ground level, and this ozone hole or this ultraviolet rise might cause to the skin cancers to the human. So when did this concept of ozone hole depletion first discovered? So it's in the year 1985. So in 1995 the first ozone hole layer was discovered. So let me move to another questions quickly. In which year did the Montreal Protocol adopted? 1966, 76, 86, 87, 88, 89. So what is Montreal Protocol Act, or what is Montreal Protocol? Montreal Protocol is an international treaty designed to protect this ozone layer, which I have talked about, by phasing out the production of numerous substances that are responsible for ozone depletion. So it tries to control and regulate the productions of numerous substances that are causing, that are responsible for ozone hole depletion. So this Montreal Protocol, when was it first adopted? In which year did the Montreal Protocol Act first adopted? So it's adopted in the years 1987. Okay, I hope you got 85 is the ozone hole depletions, 87 is the Montreal Protocol Act. So let's go to another questions. This one is more about match the following. So match the correct answer. That one is decade and one is discourse. In which decade which discourse took place? 1960s green revolutions in India. Is the green revolution in India took place in the decade 1960s or 1970s? Or 1970s, birth of new consciousness, movements, groups, civil rights, women's rights, environmental rights and all these things. Is it in the 1970s? And the next option is 1980s, that is introductions of sustainable development. that is, we have to produce, we have to work for sustainable development. So we have to think for sustainable futures. Does it came up in 1980s or 1990s rise of ecofeminism? So which one would be the correct answers out of it? So for me, not for me, but like for these questions, the correct answers would be 1980s debate of sustainable development. That is, in 1980s the world realized that our future is very scarce and we have to work for sustainable productions and sustainable development in order to have a sustainable futures. That sort of awareness emerged in 1980s, and this rise of this awareness, and this like coming up new regulations, the disasters, all these things is together known as the new environmental discourse. So let me move to next questions. I hope this might be the last question as well. So let me quickly go and finish it up for this sessions. The last questions for this sessions is about the sustainable development strategies, that is UK's sustainable strategies. When did the UK sustainable strategy published? So in which year the UK sustainable development strategy was published or adopted? The option for this is 1998, 1999, 1989, 1979. So the correct answer for this would be 1979. That is in 1999. That is in 1999, the UK's realized that we have to work for sustainable development, and that's how they adopted the strategies of UK's strategy sustainable development. So with this, I complete the today's lectures on environmentals, ecology, and society. Hope it might help you guys, and hope you guys might have enjoyed. So I'll see you in next lectures. Till then, bye. See you.